Now I'd like to bring Nina up, Richard's sister. Welcome.
Okay. Thank you to everyone who has come to celebrate Richard's life, and thank you for the tremendous support, kind words, and outpouring of love you have shown to me and my family. To paraphrase the words of Isadora James, Richard was a gift to my heart, a friend to my spirit, and a golden thread in the meaning of my life. There was an ease in our relationship and deep mutual love and admiration. We took the greatest joy in each other's successes, both large and small, and were always a hug or phone call away in difficult times. Whenever we were together, Richard would come over to me out of the blue, put his arm around my shoulders, and give me a gentle, affectionate squeeze. Growing up, he was my big brother, my protector. A number of years ago, I discovered 4 treasured postcards that Richard had sent to my parents from sleepaway camp in 1950, when he was 10 and I was 4. In addition to the usual kinds of things kids write when they're away at camp, like, I do want a first baseman's mitt, MIT, mitt, and I also need some more money. In addition to those, Richard wrote these 7 references on the 4 postcards. And bear with me, this is a little bit long, but repetitious. It's actually a little repetitious, but you'll understand at the end. He wrote on the cards, will you please come up this Sunday and bring Nina? Love to Nina and Mom. Remember to come up Sunday and bring Nina. Love to Nina. Love to Nina and Dad. Love and kisses to Nina. Bring Grandmom and Grandpop. You can also bring Nina. And once more again, love to Nina, with X's scattered all over the bottom of each card. Once when I was about 12, I walked down the stairs from my bedroom. When Richard looked at me, he said, and he does not remember this because I mentioned it to him recently, and he said, I couldn't have said that. But he said to me, wash your face. Nice girls don't wear lipstick. He was serious, and of course, I thought that was a little more protection than I needed. Richard loved his niece Marissa and his nephew Bennett unconditionally with all his heart, and was thrilled beyond words to welcome his great nephew Evan, born to Bennett and his wonderful wife Deborah on May 8, 2009, and made his way to Hartford for the bris, even though he could only stay 1 day. He was present for most every milestone in their lives. Richard was fun and easy to be with and showed so much enthusiasm for so many things. One of the last times we were together was a summer, several summers ago in New York. It was very hot and humid, but Richard found out that there was an evening of outdoor dancing to jazz at Lincoln Center. We went, we danced, we had a ball. All the while, he kept his eye out for the attractive women in the crowd and asked several of them to dance as I stepped aside. We had so much fun that night. His sense of humor was legendary. He loved Elaine May, Mike Nichols, Jackie Mason, Woody Allen, Larry David, among others. As you can imagine, so many of my memories of my brother revolve around music. One of the few things we fought over as kids was that he turned all the radios in the house and the car to jazz stations, and I wanted to listen to Motown. Thank goodness he left my little Zenith clock radio in my bedroom alone. I became a great jazz fan in spite of my protestations. Richard joyfully shared his musical gifts for composing and playing jazz with the world, and loved collaborating with the many wonderful musicians in Montreal. When Jeff and I were married in 1996, Richard, of course, came to the wedding, but without telling anyone what he had planned, he welcomed the wedding party into the small chapel with soft and gentle music on his clarinet. My only regret is that we didn't record this most wonderful moment. Music got him through some of his most difficult times. Recently, we laughed and laughed when he told me the story of when he was 13 years old and had been taking clarinet lessons for a year or so and was getting ready for his bar mitzvah. My mom said something to the effect, Richard, you're getting pretty good at the clarinet. I'd like you to play some tunes at your bar mitzvah. He agreed and loved doing it, and he said, imagine being hired to play at your own bar mitzvah. He also introduced me to Zydeco music and Queen Ida at the fabulous Montreal Jazz Festival many years ago. He had so many circles of friends, the psychology circle, the music circle, the religious circle, many of which overlapped. He touched so many people with acts of kindness, but rarely talked about what he had done. I've been finding more and more about this as I talk to his friends and colleagues. He made a wonderful life for himself in Montreal, enjoying the culture, the people, and everything about the city to the utmost. Richard was conversant on many subjects. We discussed politics, movies, music, psychology, of course, the creative process, altruism, family relationships, just about anything. Whenever I got off the phone with him, I marveled to myself at his intelligence, the intelligence he possessed, but did not flaunt. Sports was another passion, as Tom referred to. We had a basketball hoop in the back of our house, and I remember when he was in high school hearing the thump, thump, thump of the bouncing basketball and the cheers when he was playing with a group of friends. He loved the Phillies and Penn State football, of course. Richard had his quirks, as we all do, especially about food. He probably could have written a guide to great pizza around the world. And cheesesteaks, but that's only Philadelphia, so. And his kittens, Jeremy, Eli, and Leah. He loved them so very much. We never had pets growing up, so he found great comfort in taking care of these sweet creatures. We have found good homes for all three. It was a joy and a privilege to know Richard, let alone be his sister. I will miss my dear brother in the most profound ways. May his soul rest in peace.